Welikande is one of the principal townships of Sri Lanka's most ambitious development projects. Initiated in the 1970s and involving the construction of new dams, reservoirs and irrigation channels, the Mahaveli Development Project was essentially aimed at generating the country's power and electricity requirements. It also envisaged the creation of a settler farming community that would contribute to increased, marketable paddy production in the country. Located on the A11 highway, which links the east with the north-central region of the country, Welikande is home today to the second generation of this resettled population, as well as other smaller farming communities. As rural people in a remote part of the country, they have not been untouched by 3 decades of war and conflict. But due to the resilience and determination of individuals within the community, they have overcome hardship and difficulty to keep up the struggle for survival and coexist as a multi-ethnic population. Masuda Umma is both parent and teacher at the Al-Madina preschool at the Kudapukuna Muslim village in Welikande in the Polon Narwa district. Masuda Umma belongs to the second generation of a community of resettled families. Her mother and father came to this part of Sri Lanka's north-central province as the recipients of cultivable land under the Mahaveli Irrigation Development Project, with the promise of a better future. But as residents of border villages near the boundary of the eastern province, they were directly impacted by protracted conflict in the country.
நாங்க திருக்கணமலூர்ல இருந்து இந்த பிரச்சனைகள் இந்த புலி பிரச்சனையக்காண்டி அப்புறம் மகாவலியால இந்த குடாபங்கல பிரச்சனைக்குங்கள குடியமைச்சாங்க. அதுல அப்புறம் வந்து பிறகு இப்ப நாங்க அந்த குடாபங்கல கிராமத்துல இருக்கோம். 90ல அங்க இருந்து வந்து இங்க 91ல இங்க பதிவாயிருக்கோம்.
The 30-year conflict has never been very far from this area in the past, and this continues to be the case even today. Children like Masuda's son grew up in the shadow of war, with the presence of bunkers and armed sentry posts very much part of their day-to-day life. But Masuda Umma's generation experienced far worse. They grew up amidst fear and uncertainty as border villages in Welikande repeatedly experienced massacres and abductions.
இந்த கேம்பெல்லாம் இந்த ஊருக்கு வந்த பிறகு புலி பிரச்சனை ஆரம்பிச்சு, புலியால பிரச்சனை அடிச்சு ஊர் மக்கள் ஆர்மி போலீஸ் எல்லாம் மோசம் போனாங்க. ஊர்ல உள்ள சொந்தக்காரர்கள் எல்லாரையும் பிடிச்சிட்டு போய் இல்ல தைட்டாங்க. இந்த காட்டுல தொழிலுக்கு போறானே அதுக்கு போன இடத்துலயும் மிச்சம் பேர போனாக்கள் இன்னும் திரும்பி வரல, கொண்டு போனாங்களா இல்ல மையத்து கூட எங்களுக்கு கிடைக்கல. இன்னும் இப்படி பிரச்சனை நாங்க இருந்தோம்.
Today the situation has changed for the better. The government of Sri Lanka's heightened suppression of the LTTE through military means, first in the east in 2006 and 2007, and in the north in 2008 and 2009, has resulted in relative peace in the villages of Welikande.
முந்தி பயம், இளைஞர் வெளியிறங்கல பயம், வெளியிறங்கினா கொண்டு போய் நிறைய இளைஞர்மார் இருந்தாங்க ஊர்ல, இளைஞர்மார் எல்லாம் கொண்டு போய் இல்ல தைட்டாங்க. இப்ப கொஞ்சம் இளைஞர்மார் இருந்தா கொண்டு போட்டிருக்காங்க. அவங்க இப்ப கொஞ்சம் முந்திய விட பயம் இல்லாமக்கி வீதிக்கு வெட்டக்கிறங்கி இப்படி ரெண்டு வகை தொழில் செஞ்சுட்டு இருக்காங்க. முந்திய எல்லாம் அப்படி இல்லாம இல்ல.
Even though the main arena of conflict has been the north and eastern provinces of Sri Lanka, it has often spilled over into the north-central province. Welikande, on the border of the Batticaloa and Trincomalee districts in the eastern province, has been constantly under threat, with Sinhala, Tamil and Muslim villagers experiencing brutal massacres, including retaliatory attacks and the abductions of many young men by the various actors in the conflict. Although this violence could have led to deepening the divide between communities, here at least, the youth have looked at the common problems they face and how to overcome them together. And it is their economic upliftment that is most important for them at the moment.
வயல் பூமி இல்லாம இருக்கிற நிறைய பேர் இருக்காங்கன்னா அவர்களுக்கு இந்த வயல் பூமி அதில் கொடுத்தா நிறைய மக்கள் இங்க குடியேறுவாங்க. குடியேறினா கொஞ்சம் ஊரும் கொஞ்சம் செழிப்பா இருக்கும், மக்களும் ஜனத்தொகையும் கொஞ்சம் குடியிற மாதிரி இருக்கும். யுத்தம் இல்லாதால இப்ப இங்க எல்லாரும் சந்தோஷமாவும் ஒத்துமையா இருக்காங்க. அதை சுற்றி இல்லாத ஆக்களுக்கு பார்த்து இந்த வயல் காணி பூமி எல்லாம் கொடுத்தா மிச்சம் நல்ல
කුසිකර්මන්ත සම්බන්ධයෙන් අත්‍යවශ්‍යයෙන්ම දැන් ගොඩාක් අය දැන් උනන්දුයි අනිත් එක ගොඩාක් අය කැමැති දැන් කුඹුර කරලා මෙවැනි දෙයක් ඒ කියන්නේ අපිත් කරලා දිවෙන්න ඕන කියන ගොඩාක් බලාපොරොත්තු තියෙනවා. නමුත් දැනට මම හිතන්නේ පරම්පරාව පළවෙනින් හම්බුණා මේ කුඹුර ඉඩම් ඒ කියන්නේ ත්‍රිකුණාමලෙන් මෙහි ආපු අයට හැම එකන හම්බුණා. කුඹුරෝයි අනේ ගොඩ ඉඩම් හැම එකම හම්බුණා. නමුත් දෙවෙනි පරම්පරාව කියලා දැන් සියලුම දෙනාට තාම කුඹුර ලැබිලා නැහැ.
They want authorities to address issues of land allocation and ownership. As a result of these issues, thousands of acres of cultivable land remain idle, while local populations are unable to have access to them and to improve their incomes. In Kudapokuna Tamil village, livelihood issues are still a priority, but things are slightly different. Servathambi Pannalakshmi has taken on the responsibility of trying to educate the children of Kudapokuna Tamil village for the past 17 years. She too appreciates the relative peace they now enjoy. Like the Muslim and Sinhala residents of Welikande, the Tamils were displaced several times. In one particularly violent incident, 23 of these children lost their fathers. In the absence of men in the community, the task of earning a livelihood for the family falls on young children.
காட்டு வெளியே போய் தொழில் செய்யலாது. இப்ப வடிவா காட்டுல போய் தொழில் செய்யலாம். மீன் பிடிக்கக்கூடியவர்கள் மீன் பிடிப்பாங்க, பிரம்பு வெட்டக்கூடியவர்கள் பிரம்பு வெட்டுவாங்க. ஆனா இப்ப தகப்பன் இல்லாத பிள்ளைகள் தானே போகுது. தகப்பன் மாதிரி இல்ல தானே. தகப்பன் மாதிரி 23 பேரும் இல்ல இந்த பிள்ளைகளுக்கு. அப்ப அந்த கஷ்டத்துல என்ன செய்யுங்கள், 11 மணியோட ஸ்கூல் விட்டு போயிருவாங்க. போனா அவங்க போய் மீன் பிடிக்கணும், பிரம்பு வெட்டணும். மெட்டது பிரம்பு வெட்டுற காலத்துல பிரம்பு வெட்டுவாங்க, மீன் பிடிக்கிற நேரத்துல மீன் பிடிப்பாங்க. வெள்ளாம காலங்கள்ல அவங்க களத்துக்கு போய் நெல் எடுத்து வந்தான் வீட்டுக்கு சாப்பாடு. தாய்மாரும் கூடுதலா உழைக்கிறாது. சில காய்ச்சல் வந்தா பிள்ளைகளை தான் போக்காட்டுவாங்க எல்லாத்துக்கும்.
The Sinhala youth in the community from the village of Mutuvella have begun to take the lead to bring about the change they want to see.
පසුගිය අවුරුදු කාල සීමාව තුළ වෙඩිඋණ්ඩට බයලා හිටපු අපි විතරක් හැමෝම වගේ උඩුන්ට බයලා ඉඳලා මේ වෙනකොට අපේ ඔක්කොම ස්ව උත්සාහය නැගිටීමේ බලාපොරොත්තුවක් තමයි හැමෝටම තියෙන්නේ. දැන් අපි යම්කිසි ගෙදරක මොකක් වැඩක් කරනවා නම් අපි ගිහිල්ලා ඒ වැඩ කොටස කරලා ඉවරලා අපිත් ඒ වගේ දායකත්වයෙන් තමයි වැඩි පිරිසක්ගේ වැඩ කොටසක් අපි කරගෙන යන්නේ. සම්පත් සීමිත ප්‍රමාණයක් අපිට තියෙනවා නැත්තේ නෑ. නමුත් දැන් අර ගම පිබිදීමත් එක්කම මම හිතනවා මේ ගම උරදීලා නැගිටන්න නම් මේ යම් ආයතන හරහා අපිට යම් දැනුමක් කියන්නේ මේ දැනුම නැතුව නෙමෙයි මම කියන්නේ ඒ හරහා යම් අපි දිරිගැන්වීමක් මේ කොටස කරමු මේ දේ කරමු මේ හරහා අපි යම් කියන මට්ටමින් අපි ආවොත් අපි හිතනවා මේ ගම් ඉක්මනටම අපිට දිනු කරගෙන ඉදිරියට යන්න පුළුවන් කියලා.
Shramadana activities and other local events regularly bring the communities together. Masuda and many from Kudapokuna Muslim village are here today to help clean the area around the local temple. The second generation of resettlers of 3 villages in Welikande have defied the odds and demonstrated great resilience. Despite their traumatic childhood and past, they remain motivated about their future and want to make a difference. Most of all, they have overcome the barriers of ethnicity, culture, and even convention, and voluntarily become activists for the whole community.
முதல்ல இந்த சிங்களம் தமிழ் இருந்தா கொஞ்சம் பயம் அங்கே போறதுக்கெல்லாம். ஆனா இப்ப அப்படி ஒன்றும் இல்லை. இப்ப நல்ல ஒத்துமையா இருக்கும். இப்ப அவங்களோட ஒரு வேலை சின்ன சிரமதானம் கோவில்ல பஞ்சலையில பள்ளியில இப்படி சிரமதானம் நாங்க எல்லாரும் போய் அங்க கலந்துக்குவோம். இப்ப முந்தி அது மாதிரி இருக்கல. யுத்த காலத்துல அது மாதிரி நாங்க ஒத்துமையா இருக்கல. பயம் அங்க போறா பயம், அவங்களுக்கு இஞ்சி வரண்டா பயம். ஆனா இப்ப அந்த பயம் இல்லாமக்கி அவங்க எங்களுக்கு என்ன அவங்க வருவாங்க, இஞ்சி அவங்களுக்கு என்ன செய்து நாங்க அங்க போவோம். இதே மாதிரி நாங்க ஒத்துமையா இருக்கோம்.
අපේ ජාති ආගම් කුල මල ભેද කිසි දෙයක් අපේ නැහැ. ඒක කාලයක් තියෙන්නත් ඇති. නමුත් අපේ එහෙම ભેදයක් නැහැ. අපි ඔක්කොම එකවගේ නැගිටලා හිටියොත් අපි හිතනවා අපිට මේ සෑම දෙයකම ජය ගන්න පුළුවන්. යුද්ධයෙන් විතරක් නෙමෙයි ඊට එහා තියෙන සෑම දෙයකම අපිට ජය ගන්න පුළුවන්.
Those who have known war and conflict value peace the most. And they know they must live together in peace with respect for each other. The daily struggle of life has never been easy for them. But now their children go to school and return home safely. The men go out to work without fear of abduction or death. That's all they need. The rest they attempt to do themselves.